Good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday. If you're here with me in the YouTube, Discord, Kick, or X chat, go ahead and say what's up. Let's see who's with us this morning. We have Rips Mod, Richard Harris, Paul Yoon, Picky, Anya, Oscar, Nor, Jose Cuervo, Leo, Scott H, Tommy Chang. Good morning. What is happening there? Fat Guy, Zona, Hockey Shane, Humble, Jay Prowse, Jacob J. Luge, Ron's Funk, Savage, more MV1. Good morning. What is shaking? Bear Goes Long, Chem Dog OG, Sovereign Pulse, Shelly, Making Seven Figures, Rhino America, Cube Q, Picky Anya, CK13, Sovereign Pulse, Chem Dog. Good morning to you. Sully PA, Stoley 666, Launchpad Scotty, Two Tone 40, Jacob in the building. What's up, NDX Medina? What's happening, George, Nathan Nader, Noah Schwartz, BW, Tomoki, Woots, Laz, Macmo, Steph, The Family Griffin, Antigua with the 5 months. Let's go, baby. Good at you. Artem, Dave Grinder, good morning. More MV1, Pocket Aces, G Carroll, Cube Q, Ali, Eric, Matt Edward, Drag, Black Amex, Flying Finn, Maricel, Matt Edward, Tim Fencer, Chrono Ember, Medi Potechko, Dexter NC, good morning. BK Trades, Druss, K-Jax, Bulldog, Bear Goes Long, Bush League, good morning. Guri, L-Rap, TDJ, Mark, Peter BN, Day Trader Rick, G-Man, Cashflow Buck, good morning. What's happening? Cheese Balls, Badass McGruff, UMax, Trend Seeker, Focus Chan, Don Burberry, Jacob the King, Zelos, Big Pebbles, Kamanakai, Pudsey, Matt, Mad Greeks, Irus, Wilhelm, BC, Dakota. Good morning, everybody. We nail this drop here. I was short into this drop. Break here. Add. Looking for that break. Cover. That was my trade this morning. We're going much lower here. Didn't catch any of the extra. But we're still up 9K. So we got money in our pocket to start the day, which I don't mind at all. What's up, Echo Blade? Sergi Watt says, not online on Kick. There's a thing called in your browser. It's a refresh button. You're going to want to hit that as hard as you can. Nice work there, Ron's Funk. Let's go, baby. How many contracts? 420 contracts on that. Caught a massive gold long last night on a 450K growth evals to pass them all in one go. Beautiful. You just love to see it. What's up, AG? You're here early? Yo. Whoa, hold on. Standing ovation. AG back again for the, holy smokes, back for the 8 a.m. sessions. AG has been sort of like a 9:45, 10 a.m. type of guy. Look at this standing ovation for AG right now. Oh my God. Literally, Jesus. People in the back are going nuts. AG finally making it back for the 8 a.m. session, baby. Let's go. Woo! Okay, sit down. Oh my God, he's here. Woo! That gets me fired up more than you know. My God. That's why I'm happy for you. No meetings, baby. No work to get in the way of the important stuff. Trading. Oh man, I love it. So who's in a trade right now? Who's actually in a trade right now? I'm certainly not. I'm just big chilling right now. I got a split screen over here to watch. We got a split screen now. I think I attacked the right product to trade this morning, by the way. That was just so beautiful. Pitch and catch. But gold just looks like a mess. Gold does not look fun right now. I mean, this is a great move. What time was that at? Oh boy, was I sleeping. I mean, this yesterday too was a very nice move. For those of you playing the home game, on 100 contracts, if you took it from this low to this high, you'd make $1.04 million on 100 contracts. Not too shabby, huh? Kind of crazy. That's why I love this gold thing. It's awesome. NQ was mean to me yesterday, but made it work. Yeah, I mean, for everybody thinks that I don't have losing days, I was up 30K trading gold, and then I donated 20,000 back trading NASDAQ yesterday. So, yep, I lose. Still lose. It was crazy. NQ was just, it was so violent too. It was so violent. I just couldn't get a good read on it. It's probably because I wasn't watching the tape. You know? How much drawdown would you have taken if you did 100 contracts on that trade? Let's see. Well, I'm saying if you nailed it from the bottom. Let's just say that you nailed it from here. You would have drawn down 61,000. Yeah, $61,000. Let's just say that you hit it from here. Drawing down 61,000 to make 1 million. I'll take that. One day I'm going to have the stones to trade like a moron and do that. Love the split screen. Next step is TT. Yeah. I don't know. I was reading some reviews yesterday. I used to trade on Jigsaw, and everybody says that Jigsaw is better than TT, apparently, which is just weird. Jigsaw isn't really institutional as far as I know. Isn't it pretty retail? Like, yeah. I mean, I used to use Jigsaw, and it's not even expensive. And I was reading some, I mean, it's probably just a bunch of retards. TT seems too much for just Futes. Really though? Seriously? I mean, you know where that leads, John. We start cooking up an algorithm of our own, start having it trade exactly how I trade. That'd be sick. Is there any news today? Yes. There's going to be a couple pieces of news at the bottom of the hour. We have the Chicago Fed National Activity Index and the Canadian retail sales. I don't know why, but some people are saying we may get jobless. We're not. There's no freaking shot. But people are like, it's coming. It's like, no, CPI is coming tomorrow. But I don't. Jobless claims, yeah, right. We get existing home sales at 10, Kansas City Fed manufacturing activity at 11, and then a 5-year tips auction at 1. That's going to be a very interesting one, especially with what's going on with potentially halting QT. So I'm curious what's going to happen in the 5-year auction today. That's going to be the biggest watch. I'm probably not going to be at my machine when that happens. But if you are going to be trading, 1 p.m. Eastern comes around, that's when the auction opens. We'll get settlement of the auction probably around like 2 minutes past the hour, not 2 p.m. Like at 1:02 or 1:30, or sorry, 1:01 and 30 seconds, or 1:02 or 1:03 or 1:02 and 30 seconds. Just be careful today. And don't say I didn't warn you, because it's a tips auction, which is, I think a lot of people will be participating in that one. Cube Q, what happened? Why is everybody waving at Cube Q? What do you do? I missed it. Good mindset plus good vibes here equals good profit day. Yes, sir. Up 280 on that lightning funded. I won for it. Yo, let's go, Lee. That's dope. You won a lightning funded yesterday. So everybody that's tuned in on YouTube right now, when I went to the store to get that milk, sorry I didn't come back. This is a long story, but we ended up giving away 2 50K growth accounts and 2 25K lightning funded accounts for free. It's crazy. And then we gave out like 100 free memberships to Clubhouse. I don't know. Just one of those days where I was like, whatever, I don't give a shit. One of those days. And I did still forget the milk. It was crazy. Oh yeah, and I gave away a laptop. That's right. More reason to watch on Kick. Just saying. That's what it's for, trading the curve in futures, running algos. Yeah. So would you say the price ladder, the DOM in TT is not as good as Jigsaw's or Sierra's? Dude, I haven't used Sierra charts in so long. I kind of want to fire it up. That was like one of the OGs. I went from Thinkorswim. I think I went to Sierra right after Thinkorswim, and then it was eSignal after that. I think that was the progression. Sierra charts back in the day was busted. I never did TC2K, by the way. I don't know why people love TC2K. The scanner, maybe, but like if you're going to use scanners like Trade Ideas, I think is a better scanner. I don't know. Whatever. Have they done a lot of updates to Sierra? Because it was so like, I mean, dude, I remember when TradingView was complete crap, and now I use TradingView. So people used to, I was one of the people, but people used to talk a lot of shit on TradingView. I was one of those people because it just was a terrible platform. Now I love it. It's great. I trade on it, which is so weird. You want a month of Clubhouse too? Let's go, Lee. All right, I'm gonna do a prediction for you gamblers in here. I can't believe nobody even mentioned it to me. We're gonna do one for 8:35. All right, 5 minutes. 5 minutes to put in your gamble predictions here. Or whoa, that's completely wrong. Sorry, I am retarded. That's 24,050. Yeah, I think it's gonna be above that. Good job, Ripsy. Here we go. 24. Sorry. My bad. All right, there we go. Sierra still has a Windows 95 interface. Yeah, a lot of trading apps do. They really do. It's crazy. Even I think TradingView is probably the most. eSignal is pretty good too. I mean, eSignal is just so ridiculously expensive. I've used SC forever and just recently been using well charts for taking trades in the Apex account. SC is the same. You have to be programmed to really get everything you can out of it. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like eSignal has a lot of things that you could do with it too. You can get really crazy with eSignal. It's pretty wild. You can get pretty nasty with it. You don't have lag on TradingView? Not me. I use a CQG connection, so I don't have any executions are flawless. If I had problems with it, I would have stopped using it by now, but the proof is in the pudding, and I'm not going to fix what isn't broken. So I'm going to keep running with it. If I had issues with it, I would have stopped it a long time ago. But it does everything I need. Like, except for, like, if I'm trying to do some crazy advanced thing, but then it's like, I'm either writing an algorithm for that, or I'm having some really gnarly hotkeys that work with one other execution platform or something. Thoughts on IRT? Industrial Revolution Technologies? What's IRT? insane rat turds, itchy rectum tinnitus, idiotic retweets, investor. I don't know what that is. Investor. I've never heard of that in my life. Rectum damn near killed him. There you go. Thoughts on gold this morning? I mean, it just doesn't look like this does not look like a clean chart. I mean, the spreads and like the way that it moves, like by the time, I mean, maybe on prop firms it's different, but by the time, like if I'm trying to trade a move like this, I'm going to get pretty shitty fills. And like, I'd be lucky if I get 5 points in a move, you know? So, I mean, I'm not going to trade like a single contract and like make $500, you know? I have better things to spend my time on. I'd rather trade something that's accessible. It could be a choppy day waiting for CPI tomorrow. I mean, the fact that NQ is already giving us some nice clean moves. I mean, I haven't seen another setup shape up since I've gone live. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see. Make sure you gamble your channel points, folks. On Kick. I mean, you're gonna miss it. And everybody's gonna be like, well, I didn't know. I'll know it. Everybody's betting the below. What if there's good news at 8:35? You just never know. Gamblers. I like TV for the 10,000 foot view and charting for execution. I use SC, love the footprints, yeah. Maybe I will give SC a go, but probably not. I'm just not gonna fix what isn't broken. There's only been like, this year is when I started using TradingView for executions. And there's only been like, I would say less than 5 times where I'm like, man, if I just had more control over what the thought that I had. It's a great thing about, you know, I was using a stream deck when I was trading on equities. Always using a stream deck when I traded on equities. And I had some pretty gnarly hotkey stuff. There's actually somebody who used to be in Clubhouse who programmed some hotkeys for NinjaTrader, and they were super good. But you know, there used to be, I used to have some pretty advanced things that I do with hotkeys. Well, not advanced, but like, you know, you have ideas. Like if you have a large, there was things that you could do. Like if you had a large position, you could stack orders and use like calculations to stack the orders based on the percentage of your size. Like you could trade out 25% of your position stacked on the offer if you're long. Just feather out 25% of your position, and you could use like a random stack, or like you could use a shifting stack, where it's just, you know, kind of pointless to even talk about really, but there's a lot of different things that you could do. It's different like in the real markets when you're trying to get filled and maybe the tape is thin and you're trying to hide size, and there's certain things. I'm never like in NQ, I don't ever need to, like, I don't trade enough size where I'm needing to iceberg or anything. Like unless I'm trading massive size in slow markets, and it's just like, I'm not gonna do that, you know what I mean? Ali asks, how you feeling? Thank you for asking. I'm feeling good today. I didn't get much sleep. I woke up at like 1:22 this morning. I don't know what it is lately. Nice little flush here on NQ here, breaking Monday's low, going tremendously lower here. I wonder if it's gonna hold below 950 at all. Been watching a dude do that all morning. There's been these 500 lots sitting every 25 points or so down, and when the price gets within 10 points, it feathers out. Yeah, I mean, that's just spoofing. I saw that was kind of what got me to go short, because it's just like such an obvious, well, not obvious, but it's just like, bro, I know what they're doing. They're trying to get confidence in people to long it because they see these big bids and they're like, oh, I'm super safe. And then like you come within 2 points of it and they just pull it. It's not even feathering. They literally just pull it. Like right now, look at this. Some dude's trying to get filled 700 right here. I'm guessing that was the guy from earlier. He's absorbing some of this too, which means that it's real, but I don't know if he wants all 700. Wait, I should have Bookmap up. There you go. Best feeling after being giga bad yesterday on my fund is what? What happened? Hey, yo, Ripsy, I'm short since 25,000. Dude, what? How? What? Damn, bro. Oh, previous month high break? That's a sick trade, broski. Nice hold, man. How many contracts? I got spoofed as F at GC on Europe Open too. I mean, dude, GC is very, like, it's not right now it's not offering the same type of opportunities that we had in that huge down day, right? It's still choppy. And on props, you're going to be fine with your fills, especially if you're using limit orders for the most part. But like if you're trading in real markets, like you're not going to get the best fills given that they're gapping the spread like 4 or 5 ticks at times. And think about it. If you're trading 10 contracts, 5 ticks is 500. Yes. 5 ticks is $500 if you're trading 10 contracts. So like, you know, whatever. Anyway. Thanks, Mentor. 5 micros, playing smaller size since I started oversized. Nice. Hey, Rip, is the levels indicator available for everyone in TradingView? Yes, it's called Spaceman BTC. Completely free, baby. Why pay for indicators? Anything that like is good, they're gonna have free versions of it. Don't pay for indicators, man. Indicators are just indicators. It's not gonna fix your trading problems. Dude, I used to have so many indicators on my chart, I could barely see the price underneath. Leaders only says, LMAO, no, Richard. I was short all yesterday, but by the time it actually dropped, I had stopped out 3 times. It was down 800. That's with micros. NQ was shopping. Yeah, that was an insane flush on that news where Donald Trump was talking about software in China. That was like, if you ever needed a reminder to remind yourself to trade with stops, let's see if I can show you that flush on Bookmap. Like, you're talking about getting your cheeks clapped. That was, where's yesterday? Is this so? It was this right here. Dude, look at this, bro. Look at that. Bro, imagine if you were, oh God, it gives me like anxiety even thinking about it, bro. But let's just play the game. Let's imagine that you're a dumbass and you're trading 100 contracts here and you feather in and you're like 100 contracts deep right here and you're trading without a stop. I don't even want to think about it. It's like I get anxiety even thinking about it. 25,030 and this thing just yammers down to 24,870. So 2530 to 25,870 is wait, hold on. Or 20, sorry, I'm so retarded today. 24,870. There you go. 160 points. You got 100 on. You lose $320,000 in an instant.
Nope.
Ouch.
Headshot.
Yeah. It's smoked. So, you want to know why it's so hard to keep a live account? Because people overtrade, people are aggressive, people don't use stops. And imagine if you had 100K in your account and you're like, oh man, I got 100K in my account, I'm fine. Let's just play the game that you're even trading like 10 contracts, all right? You're trading 10 contracts and your average is 25,030. 160 points, 10 contracts. You lose $32,000. You get waxed. Boom. I mean, dude, that is why. That is why it's like, I always say, if you're thinking about trading a personal account because somehow you think it's going to be like, oh, I don't got to deal with rules. It's easy. Yeah, and then you have a day like that happen to you and it's like, oh, I get it now. You know? It's very hard. Very, very hard. Jossie says, hey, first time around here, what data provider you use for Bookmap? Right now I have 3. I'm using Bookmap data, which I don't even have on my screen right now. I use Rhythmic data and I use DXFeed data. I'm finding DXFeed data, which is on your screen right now, to be the superior of the 3. I would rank them tied around Rhythmic, DXFeed slight lead, DXFeed, Rhythmic, and then Bookmap data. And the only reason why is that Bookmap data tends to lag on the New York Open. And they haven't solved that. And I'm not willing to risk watching that over watching something I know that works. DXFeed and Rhythmic both work perfectly fine for the New York Open. There's no lag. Just DCA. Well, you got to do the thing where you have 320. I mean, first of all, shouldn't be trading 100 contracts. Second of all, you got to have the equity in your account where they're not going to liquidate you. The shittiest part about all this too is this, right? Imagine you had, $40,000 in your account, which is, a lot for a lot of people, right? Here's the shitty part is like this move happens and you're sitting there, right? This move happens, and the shitty part about it is that like maybe your average was here. You were long from here. You get your completely clapped. They shut you out for the day. I'm assuming they'd lock out your trading account because you hit the margin call or whatever. I don't know how AMP works with their margins. Let's just assume that they give you like everything but 10% left in your account. So you're sitting there, you had a 40K in your account, you're long 10 contracts or 20, whatever we said. 10 contracts, you get smashed on, and then you get your account locked, you lose all of your money from your account, and then it bounces back. You watch this thing bounce right back up. And that happens to a lot of people. Like, it's called getting liquidated. And this is why I always say, like, dude, you want to trade a personal account until you realize how dangerous it is for the unexperienced person. I've been liquidated before, not trading futures, but in equities. I've been liquidated before. I had a position that I can't remember if it was a small cap or if it was that day that I was trading Tesla, but I reached to the point where I kept on getting emails from my broker, and they're like, well, you're coming within 45% of liquidation, 35% of liquidation, 25% of liquidation. And then it was just like, I was long, and there's like one more drop down, liquidated. And of course, it ended the day way higher than where my entry was. And if you've never gone through that, you don't know what that feels like. And it's shitty. Because like, look, like try explaining this to a significant other, but like, let's just say that you're long here, and then the price is like up here in like, how many minutes is that? 25 minutes later. And you were long from here. This price is higher, and you're sitting there with no more account. You've lost more money than you know what to do with. And you're sitting there like, shit, this is really, really difficult. This sucks. And that's the crazy thing about trading, is that I always talk about this. Trading is all about moments in time. It's all about the moments in time, right? The market can open at one price and literally just go woo, all day long, up 100 points, crash down 200 points, back up 300 points, blah, 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 blah. And then the closing price is like one tick higher from where we opened. And you show that to a non-trader where you're like, oh, it looks like the NASDAQ closed right where we opened. What happened to you? Oh, I lost $600,000, whatever the case, exaggerating. Lost $1 million. Wait, how? NASDAQ opened here, it closed one tick higher. Show that to a non-trader, they don't understand it. It's about moments in time, and it's about protecting your capital, and it's about having your head on straight, because if you don't, those are the dangers you can run in when you're trading the real markets. It's the reality of it. Think about how many people got wiped out in crypto, right? People got wiped out in crypto because number one, they were using leverage, and they were being irresponsible by using leverage. But a lot of these coins went straight down, wiped out everybody. 1.6 million people, I believe is the data point. 1.6 million people lost their trading accounts. And then the price returns right back to where it was. And the only thing that existed was just one moment in time. It was one moment in time where something said something on a screen, and now you don't have any more money. Think about that. It's the only job in the world where it's like that. You existed through that moment in time, and now you don't have any more money because that moment in time happened. And look, we're right back to where we were. Oops. Sorry. Thanks for playing. You got to understand, these are the dangers of trading. And if you don't find ways to protect yourself from this, you're gonna be in big trouble. 10 seconds till the news here. Let's watch. Is this gonna be a photo finish here? It might be a photo finish, guys. That's why I said the overs. Remember, it's 8:35, so it's not right at 8:30. Some folks lost 65 million in 15 minutes on that crypto dump. Yeah, I mean, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. And it's like, I try to tell you folks about these cautionary tales because, believe it or not, through these 11 years, it hasn't been roses, rainbows, and butterflies. Through my 11 years of trading, 11 full years of trading, it has not been rainbows, roses, and butterflies. It's been curled up on the floor of my office, sobbing violently because I could not fucking believe what I did to myself. Dude, this is gonna be a photo finish for you guys. Photo finish. You should never be risking more than what you can lose. And this is, again, why I say props are so good. And you folks don't understand that. A lot of you don't understand that. And I see you folks on social media. Hopefully it's not people watching right now, because get your head on straight. I see a lot of people on social media complaining, oh, this prop has this rule and this rule. No idea how much money you're saving. Go put $10,000 in a real account and talk to me in a week and say, well, it lasted one day and then it was gone. That's why I talk about this stuff. And I'm never ashamed to talk about it. I've gone through some very violent periods in my trading career. And when I say violent, I'm talking about my P&L. Extremely violent. Look at gold. Yeah, it's going crazy. I got the Dooley chart on my screen. Let's look at it on Bookmap here. Boy, she's ripping. See, this is the thing, dude. Imagine you were short this pop and you're just very, very confident, and then it starts to go and you're like, nah, I'm gonna add right here. And then you get this micro confirmation and then all of a sudden your face gets ripped off. Been there, done that. It's not fun. Think you have the best trade and you're like, yeah, this is nailing it. I mean, this kind of looks like a pretty obvious, like, get the fuck out if you're short. But yeah, I mean, dude, if you were short, let's just say 10 contracts there, you're down $10,000. CJ says, Rips, yes, I came from 20K loss in 2 years, own personal, and they have zero clue how great this prop thing is. The rules actually breaks the stupid shit we do. You 100% can't do that here. It's very true. I think that the rules of props are extremely helpful. You may not feel it now. It may feel like it's a joke now. But if you do ever spend enough time trading props and you get to the point where you have 9 to 12 months of consistent profitability on trading on props, that's when I think it's time to actually get yourself a real account. You should probably be trading in a live account on those props by then anyway. And that's when I think that, you know, it might be time to start putting some money into your own personal brokerage account. You have 9 to 12 months of consistent profitability in props. All right, you can still have a red month, it's fine. But I'm just saying, overall, your trend is consistently profitable. You're gonna have tough months, it's gonna happen. But you know, maybe you make 10,000 in a month. Next month, you make about 8,000. Next month, you make 3,000. Next month, maybe you lose 2. Next month, you make 6. You know, you just have this steady trend of profits, which is great. That's what you're looking for. And then maybe you decide, okay, maybe I can trade a real account now. Because by that time, if you have that much consistent profitability, the props are likely gonna move you into a live account. Anthony says, I've been really stupid shit trading lately. It's not an easy market, brother. It's so, this is no way an easy market. And you're coming down on yourself saying like, oh, I'm doing some stupid shit. How many people are doing stupid shit right now? Brother, I lost $20,000 trading the NASDAQ yesterday. You think I wanted to lose 20 grand trading the NASDAQ? I was up 30K and I was like, I'm not going to trade for the rest of the day. And the NASDAQ, that dirty little siren, tempted me, brought me back in, and my P&L went from 29,000 and change to 10,000 and change. Wasn't proud of my trades at all. I traded like shit. Give out $20,000 when you're up 30 is just like, fuck, man, what are you doing? I'll say it right now, NASDAQ is a dirty little bitch. Yesterday she was, oh my God. And if you tuned into SW stream yesterday, oi, she's a dirty little tot. That's terrible, sorry. Doing some dumb stuff, though I really like dumb. There you go. Sorry, SW, I know. I mean, dude, I could not, bro, it was, oh my God. And I fucked, dude, my P&L actually went from 29,000 to 60,000. And then I added, and the NASDAQ was like, give me a second. I was short. And I added, instead of covering and being up 60K for the day, I added. And then the NASDAQ was like, grrr, ow, my face. And then what's funny, of course, it traded 300 points lower from when I added to my short, but not without ripping my face off and me just being like, all right. So dumb. The belows win? Let's see. Let's go back to NQZs here. Oh, photo finish too. Let's check in here. I gotta make sure we get this in. The opening candle was a 48 and a half, 948 halves. Wow, the belows win. Congratulations to our gamblers over on Kick. Let's do another one. Why wouldn't we? Let's do 905. Doom doo doo doom doom boom ba doo ba doom boom. There you go. It's live. I mean, it's my fault too for not having the self-control. It really is my fault. But I'm telling you, when there's a setup that appears that I want to get on, it's just so hard to stop myself. And gambling was just not that interesting yesterday when I was playing slots. It was just not interesting to me because, like, dude, the NASDAQ was moving. I was like, dude, what am I fucking doing? Make $2,000 on these slot machines right now, or I can make 20, 30 grand right now. But yeah, that's the reality. That's the reality. Sounded tired yesterday. How was your sleep score? Brother, I woke up at 1:22 this morning. It was horrible. I had terrible sleep. I don't know what's been going on. I've been having some pretty bad sleep lately. Pretty bad. NASDAQ still rolling over here. Almost down 100 points from that earlier pop-up above the daily open. Over here, you can see that. That little poppin' ski. Right here. That was what I shorted into. That was fun. Yeah, imagine if I would have held. Anyway, for those who are just joining us, this was the trade that I took before the stream went live in my AMP account. This was me tussling with the NASDAQ yesterday. Fuck off. Hated that. But anyway, we're up $9,200, 837,000 in the balance. Very happy with that. Trading is so hard. It is. It's not easy. It's never going to be easy. I promise you this. It's going to get less difficult over time. Yeah, 9 out of 15 contracts. There's been somebody that's been trying to cover some pretty much since time where we shortened that at 7:30 or so. It was a beautiful pitch and catch. It was just so, I just felt very obvious that they were, and not, I hate using words like obvious and easy, but it just felt like if I missed that trade, that might be my only opportunity for that kind of setup for me for the day. The sleep has been eluding me lately as well. Perhaps weather change. Usually the cooler weather is better for sleep. Yeah, you know what I found out that is just so weird to me? I found this out through, you know, all the apps that I'm using for my health and sleep and all of that. I found out that the ideal temperature to sleep in is 65 degrees. I'm sorry, but what fucking Eskimo came up with that number? 65 degrees? Are you out of your mind? Who the hell sleeps in 65 degree cooled rooms? Like, I'm sorry, but like, what? What? What are you talking about? My room yesterday with no aircon running, my bedroom, was at a nice 78 degrees. When I woke up, I looked at the thermostat. I have the Nest system in this property. 75 degrees. And it wasn't warm. You sleep in a 60 degree room? Did you build yourself an igloo in Alaska by chance? What? How? I'd be shivering. 60, see, look, you folks are reptiles. Have you ever realized that you might be a reptilian? If you're sleeping in 68 degree weather, you might be actually a lizard person. I can't do it. Maybe I'll try. I don't know. Maybe I'll try that, but that just seems too cold for me. I have really, yeah, goose down. I mean, I got covers on covers. My bed runs fans during the night to keep me at a balanced temperature. But I don't think I could do this 65 degree thing. That just feels like, dude, I got the weighted blanket thing. I haven't used it yet, but I have one. I got the Tempur-Pedic Therma. I don't know why I always say Therma. It's a Tempur-Pedic weighted blanket. I'll try that. Maybe I just try that. Throw on a blanket, 65 degree. The thing is, though, if you're going to make your room 65 degrees and wrap yourself all up in blankets, then how are you actually lowering your body temperature? 78 is, you have to remember, I lived in the islands for years, and it was like consistently 80 or 90 degrees. Even when it was raining, like it would be warm rain. Gold moonshot still going? Yes, she is. Gold's breaking out of the 4-hour open now. A lot of stops above that. That is something crazy. From top to bottom, we're up 30 points. Scooting this back, we're breaking out of the 4-hour open. The previous 4-hour high is up there above 50s. So it's got a bit of a ways to go to get up to here. That was a prior 4-hour high. Well, we'll see what happens. Rivers, don't you sleep better when it's cold, cool? I can't sleep for shit if I'm too warm. I think I sleep better when it's warm. And yesterday sucked because I was trying so hard not to pass out and take a nap, but I couldn't fight it. I was so exhausted yesterday after my trading day. Like it, dude, my strain yesterday just from trading alone. I worked out too. I did shoulders. But my strain just from trading alone yesterday, dude, I don't know what's going on. 19.2 on the strain scale, and I'm only supposed to be at like 15. It's crazy. So I don't know what's going on. I'm just trying to get a hold of things. But yeah, I read, Brian Johnson, the guy who did the never die thing. He's the one who suggested, you got to be in a room that is freezing cold to help you sleep. Don't die guy, exactly. Which island? No, not Hawaii. Puerto Rico. That's the islands I lived on. What Whoop sub do you have? MG. The top ones, because I do the labs. And it's well worth it. I've been wearing my Whoop now for over a year. I think about 300 and something odd days. Yeah, Jacob, we have it on screen right now. The book map is for gold as we speak. El Dorado, no. Yeah, the islands that are on the opposite side of Hawaii. Cool air does give the body signals to sleep. Yeah, but man, I'm just freezing cold. I think I woke up, I'm pretty sure I've been waking up early because it's so cold. What made you want to leave PR? I mean, do you have about 40 hours to have that discussion? They don't like people that are taking advantage of the tax benefit out there. Let's just start there. Just got back from Maui. That place is a movie. I haven't been to Maui in a long time, but it's beautiful. One of my friends is honeymooning, and I don't know which island they're on, but they're having their honeymoon in Hawaii right now. Trump is talking? Is he? Is he though? Is he? Are you sure? What's the difference between growth versus advance on Tradeify? I think the consistency rule. How are you able to take a 6-month break? Because I need to do that, I think. Brother, you were in the pocket for like months. I think you just need a week off. You're lost in the sauce right now, and you're too hard on yourself. Take a week off, man. Otherwise, you're gonna keep ruining yourself. You don't need to take a 6-month break. You've been nailing it lately, man. You just need a week. SW, you're here. I did a great impression of you earlier. You missed it. Sad. Advanced accounts are intraday trailing drawdown. There you go. That's the difference. Knock. You got to remember when you were trading very, very well. So just take a week away and actually take a week away. Do a chart detox. Don't look at charts. I'll tell you right now, you know what's going to happen in the week that you're off? You ready for this? Come here. The markets are going to move. Oh, shit. You're going to miss markets that are moving, man. You know what's going to happen when you come back from your 1 week break? They're still going to be moving. It's crazy, I know. It's a wild thing. You're here, markets are moving. You take a week off, markets are moving. You come back, markets are moving. You're not going to miss anything, man. I told my wife this week, I was like, after yesterday's performance, after 20K, losing 20K trading the NASDAQ, I was like, man, I feel burned out. I don't know what it is in my own head, but I still deal with it too, man. I'm happy that I was able to trade this morning because I feel like it took a little bit of a load off. I woke up 1:22 this morning, way earlier than my 2 a.m. alarm. And I just felt like, man, why do I feel like this? I need to chill. I want to relax. I think it's because this is really the first time that I've had some losing trades, back-to-back losing trades, right? It does a little bit to you, it shocks you a little bit, And it's okay. It's okay. It's totally fine. As long as you're cognizant in your mind about what's going on, right? As long as you are keeping a pulse on yourself, and then you're respecting that pulse on yourself. Like today, I'm sure it's going to upset some people who watch my stream. I'm probably, and I say this often, but I mean it, probably not going to really be hard on myself to take trades today unless there's a very obvious setup. If it comes, great. But to be honest with you, I don't want to have the same thing happen yesterday. I'm up $9,000 right now. If I gave back 20, I'd be down 11. I don't want to end the day down 11. $9,000 is still a tremendous amount of money. I should be happy with that. Back-to-back losing trades is the everyday for most. What a flex. I mean, dude, I've been on a hot streak. I'm not shy to tell. Dude, I've been on a hot streak. It's been a very hot streak. You get a lot of confidence. You don't want to be overly confident. But the thing is, you have to understand, I've gone through it before. I've gone through where you feel like you're in the pocket and you just get overly confident, and then you send yourself to the poorhouse. You oversize, you over leverage. I'm not doing that because I've gone through this so many times, but at least like I know my caution flag is out. Yesterday was very telling. Took a trade, got locked in, and I mismanaged the trade. There's so many things I could have done, and I waxed on about this all day yesterday, and I'm not going to talk about it anymore, but I mismanaged the trade. In short, I gave myself the grade of an F on that trade. I could have done so many things better. And if I'm doing that, it's like, okay, well, it's time to check yourself, pull back a little bit, you know, aim for about a couple $1,000s on a Thursday. And we beat that. $9,200 on the day. We beat that. So now I'm in the mindset of like, okay, good. We're fine. You think old rips would have lost a huge portion of the balance of yesterday's mishaps? I mean, it depends on how far back we go. You have to understand, solving my tilt was something that I did very early on in my career. If you're talking about like the first 3 years, fuck, anything could have happened. Given it's a lot easier to lose $1 million trading equities in a session than futures. I'm capped at 100 contracts. It's very difficult to lose $1 million unless you're going like in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, like a retard, which, you know, I've seen some charts out there and some people are actually doing that. I don't really understand it. Like, did you want to trade? Actually, I got to show you this chart that I sent to my friend yesterday. This right here, dude. This is like, I got to show this on stream. This was somebody trading beyond yesterday. And this is just like, man, I can't believe they posted this and they were like stoked on this. Why is this image so small? I literally can't believe that they posted this chart, but like, maybe I'm being too hard on them or something, but like, where is it? It's kind of like, did you want to take the trade or not, bro? Because you're in short cover, 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 short, add, stop out, short cover, short cover, short cover, like, brother, you taking the trade or not? And keep in mind, like, this is not a big move. This is from $7.50 down to $3. I mean, it's a big move, but you get what I'm saying. I saw that and I was like, yikes. Did you not want to trade it? Did you want to trade it? Like, yikes. And they posted that like bragging, like, yeah, I crushed it yesterday on Beyond. It's like, buddy, relax on the boutons. Just relax on the buttons there, buddy. No, dude, Ducks is a ledge, bro. You want to see Ducks? There, let me show you Ducks. Freaking ledge, bro. Ducks made 7 million on it yesterday. He's a freaking ledge, dude. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people that lied about how much money they made on it yesterday too. Ducks is not one of them. Is this his? I gotta find his thing. It's like 1991 or something. Ducks. That's not him. Whatever, this is the screenshot from it. PW, thank you, buddy. Why, brother, what? Why 500 bucks, brother? You don't need to do that, man. Why $500, man? What is, can I Venmo you that back, please? Here, I'm gonna text you. What's your Venmo? Stop it, man. What's your Venmo? Brother, you're out of your mind. Here, but let me show you. What are you doing? You didn't even say anything either. You just... thank you, though. But I'm going to send that back if you give me your Venmo. All right. I got to show you this. Right here. This is what a legendary trader looks like. Right here. This is Steven Ducks. Look at this. And this is called having confidence, dude. Look at this. Look at this right here. You're short. And by the way, he's using 5,000 share clips for this, right? Adding right here, like on this blow off top. Look at those ads, dude. So much confidence. Cover, cover, cover. Reshort, reshort. Cover in the hole, reshort, cover. Like, it's just so beautiful, dude. That's what real experience trading looks like. It's amazing. Incredible, dude. He made 7.4 million or something like that. It's just insane. That's like legendary, dude. Legendary. Absolutely legendary. And notice that he does it on a real account, shows you the actual, like the one in front of the account, which is, you can't really do that on Dash Trader Pro unless you're using a real account. But he's small cap trader, some large caps, but you know, it's just a different thing. Look at gold still moving here. Another 10 handles. It's crazy. Steven Ducks, yeah. I mean, again, it's don't go thinking that you can go and make $7 million trading beyond, because your chart is going to look like the first chart that I showed you. You're in the profit and you're like, I don't know what to do with myself. It's not easy to do that type of trading. I promise you, it's not. It's really not. Hey. I wonder how many shares that was. I mean, obviously you can calculate, but how much is his account? I mean, he trades with a huge account, but I'm sure he doesn't keep a lot in it. ICPW is a big fan of Richard Harris as well. Same, man. Big fan. Rips on that. Many shares aren't small traders, just exit liquidity for him. I mean, dude, if you go look at, I mean, here, let's pull up the chart. Let's talk about it. You want to see how much volume was traded. Let's look at the daily here. How much volume was traded? Yesterday was Wednesday. 2.23 billion shares were traded on this ticker yesterday. Plenty of liquidity when you're doing $5,000 share clips. Dude, the maximum button on my stream deck was a 10,000 share clip. He was doing 5,000 share clips. So, plenty of liquidity, dude. Plenty. Like, dude, what a freaking dream, too. He was short here, added here. I think first covers down there. So, just legendary, bro. I mean, the thing is, when you get to that level in trading, like, the numbers don't really matter. Like, when I was in drawdown yesterday in a trade, like, you just got to kind of stomach it at some point. You just kind of get through it. I wasn't in a huge drawdown or anything, but I was in drawdown going into that trade that I took, the NASDAQ trade. You're going to be in drawdown in most of your trades, unless you're like nailing a flush or nailing a pop perfectly. You know, you're going to have drawdown. You just kind of get immune to it over time. So he was obviously in drawdown here. You're adding to this. He could have been negative on this pop. Let's just say he was already short. Let's just use a number here, like 100,000 shares. So from this move to this move, he's down $200,000 almost, you know, on this pop. Almost, maybe fully $200,000, and then adding. Because I mean, the thing is like, depending on who's playing with it and how good your tape reading skills are, this could have been a line in the sand here that was defended, and then we flash one beneath, and then we go into a halt to the upside. You know, a lot of different things that can happen. And again, it's one of those things in trading. There is so many unknown unknowns, right? And think about what that means. It means that there are so many things in your trading that you haven't experienced yet that you don't even know exist. Situations that you've found yourself in, difficulty with brokers. You know, there's a whole world out there that you haven't even discovered. And there's unknown unknowns. I found out about a lot of these. I have a good theory that I was being B-booked at one point. And then they finally stopped when I called them out on it, because I was like, one morning I was like firing in a lot of shares, and then none of them hit the tape, and I was like, isn't that something? Called them out on it, and they're like, oh, I don't know what happened, weird route or something. I was like, cost them a lot of money if they're B-booking me. Anyway. Wow, NQ is running hot. We're watching the wrong thing, folks. NQ off those lows there is already up another 60 handles here. Wow. Do you remember the Saturday Night Live sketch? How do you say it? Yes, show? No, I haven't. I don't think I have. I don't know. He said he made 10 million. Brother, listen. Believe it or not, there are people that are out there that are making 8 figures on trades. They exist. They may not make it every day, but there is so much money in the markets. There is so much money in the markets. There is so much money to be made in markets. Like I said yesterday, or like I said just a moment ago, yesterday and beyond, it was 2.3 billion shares traded in the session. And if you can't wrap your head around that there's people that are making 7, 8 figures trading that, I mean, then you just haven't been around the block for a long time. To somebody, losing $100,000 in a day is like just a little tiny, just, oh, yeah, just a small loss. And then to somebody making $1 million in a day is like, yeah, I feel like I could have done better, you know? But yeah, I mean, dude, if you're in disbelief that somebody made $1 million or $10 million on a ticker yesterday that traded 2.2 billion shares and had that much movement, you know. Maybe it was a prop market, dude. Oh, I missed the watermelon. Good old watermelon. Watermelon. Who made the Beyond Trade? Steven Ducks. A lot of people did yesterday. Some people lied about it, but then there's like a good handful of people that actually took the trade. David Hanlon, Steven Ducks, Deconsecrated. I'm leaving one out here. Yeah, I'm leaving somebody out. Tradeaholics Futures, what did I miss here? Says, please show when you are placing the orders so we will also place it at the same time. Dude, stop. Never. You're at the wrong place, brother. Knock it off. Never gonna happen. That's not how you learn. That's how you just, you're gonna get smoked, man. What would you agree on the recent popular claim that is easier to find edge in equities than futures? Futures are a much more... Listen, if you can understand how a certain product moves, like if you can sit there and you can watch NASDAQ for a while and you can understand the movement of it, who's to say that you can't follow where the bigger players are going? For instance, this pattern here, where we are supporting bids and then coming down and trying to break those bids and supporting those bids, you could just say, hey, there's a lot of institutional flow that is trying to hold this area of the market, or at least trying to cover their short. I mean, you can risk 10 points on a long here, 15 points on a long with a single contract and see how that works out. Is that difficult? Maybe. But to say that there's no edge, I think is kind of ridiculous, because if you pay attention to the flows, you'll see this kind of stuff happening more often than not. Signal stream equals lawsuit. Yeah, especially since I'm trading a real account. If I'm sitting here and be like, all right, everybody, here we go. That just seems like a recipe for disaster, you know? Not the trades, but I think when you're talking about what you're seeing on the tape, it's incredible. Yeah, no, I'm never going to stop doing that. I'll talk about the tape all day long. I'll never stop doing that. In order to make real money in day trading stocks, you need size and a lot of starting capital. Yes and no. You can trade small caps with, you know, the PDT rule is changing, which is a disaster for small accounts because they're just going to get clipped even faster. But, you know, there's ways to make money with not a very big account, and you can scale it rather quickly. I mean, look at what we've scaled the futures account from $100,000 this year. And $100,000 is a far cry from where we're at now. Just turn on volume, order filled. I use the chime is what I use in TradingView when I get filled. Most people deplete their capital before they gain actual edge. It's very true, which is why, again, props are very good. Carmine's order flow series on his YouTube channel is worth a watch. Carmine's good too. He's another one who shows broker statements, as far as I know. Krau says, new to your channel, enjoy your time and humility. Think I'll stick around. Thanks for being here, buddy. Thanks for being here. You know, this is the crazy thing too that I've noticed pretty much all morning long is equities have just really not been doing much. And Nvidia has moved a little bit, but it certainly hasn't been awfully exciting. But the NASDAQ and the S&Ps are moving quite a bit, which tells you that they're not exactly following equities right now. It's more of like they're going for people that are offsides. That feels like market makers are just kind of blasting people in the face, getting people offsides, suckering them into trades. Ribs, really appreciate you sharing all of your knowledge and experience. Thanks. Thank you for being here. 800 lot order. Like I said, they've been doing this, right? These orders, like you got to understand. This is comical. 911 on the bid. That's comical. Somebody's fucking around. Somebody's making a joke. They're having a funny time. I promise you. Fat guy, agree. Coco, agree. My two institutional boys. You know that's somebody having a little just nah. You know, like 690, 420, 911, 555, 888. 666, they do that one too. They do that one too. And it's, you know, it's 806 at, yeah, I see that too. But that's, you know, they've been doing this all morning if you've been watching. They've been doing this. I think we lost Fat Guy. He's probably managing his real book right now. 481-330-6004. Who? Was that the correct phone number? 281-334-800. Wait, 281. Yeah. We will be looking at gold. 330. Do you believe that those sizes are interbroker codes for others to know what needs to happen? There's a theory behind that. I can't confirm or deny it, but I've never heard anything believable that it is. But it seems like it could be, right? There's signaling at poker tables. People will signal. It's terribly frowned upon and illegal to do in a casino. But, you know, people will cheat in home games and stuff like that, signaling. So maybe. I don't want to count them out, but I don't believe it. I personally do not believe it. $979797. I need out. Wait, are you short 97? Is that what's going on? Overs are looking good currently. I think they are. So much collusion at poker games also. That's why you need to play in a casino. And, you know, there still could be collusion depending on the game you're playing. Private games, a lot less is going to happen to you at a casino versus a home game, in my opinion. London session has 4 different positions, 360 contracts at different levels all morning by 1:30 here. Got it. Yeah, makes sense. What's up, July Peppers? 25. Yeah, that's a good number too. Tell me, do poker players signal each other in casino games? They could. They very well could. I mean, it's a great way to get arrested, for sure. I would never, ever, ever cheat in a poker game. Ever. Never, ever, ever. It's just... I like being challenged, you know? I do like challenges. That's why I trade. I love the challenge of trading. It's not easy. But that takes out all the fun. Like, what's the point? You know? Rips, yesterday you talked about footprint charts. Are you still using them today? No. I used to. That's why you can't check the nuts last to act on them. They're full porting an Apex 50K at open. Well, I mean, good luck, I suppose. It seems like. By the way, Apex right now, if you didn't know, is 80% off. $85 lifetime fees. You can see it right here in this beautiful animated graphic. Apex currently is back to being 80% off. So if you choose to trade on Apex, it helps me out if you use code RIBS. If you don't like me, don't use it. If you like me, don't use it. If you want to use it, use it. Either way, we're all good here. We are coming back down here. 905. Let's see who gets paid here. 905. I do believe the overs are going to win this one. 25,000, 333, I should say. 003. Yeah, the overs are going to win this one. Undeserved, I think. All right, we're going to do one more for 945. That's the last one today. Until we do the gambling predictions. Maybe we'll do a 10:05 one. Who am I to say? We're just going to make it a flat 25,000. Okay, you get 5 minutes to do your channel points. Have you ever been denied a payout from Apex? The last payout I got, I think, was June 2023 or 2024. I can't recall. So I really haven't had a chance to get denied, I don't think. I've been considering trading some props here, but it's just very difficult to trade props, trade my personal, and not feel like I'm missing out. Also, the tax benefit. I pay an effective tax rate on all of my futures earnings at about 29%. If I was doing props, it's going to go up quite significantly, like 40%. So I get a massive tax benefit trading my own personal account. I always traded my own money. I started trading my own money. I only trade props really to kind of show what's possible and kind of do reviews. You know, I'm not trading props like that's not how I make my money, you know. But, you know, there will come a time when we trade props more on the stream, I think. But for the time being, if you were in my shoes, right? We're up 9 grand today taking a scalp. If you were in my shoes, would you be trading a prop account with 11 years of trading experience? Would you? With the tax benefit at 29% effective tax rate, would you? I think the answer is no. Hi Rips, great session as always. Quick question, how many accounts do you operate every day? If I'm trading props, I'm pretty, I'll make that known. I'll say, hey, I'm gonna trade props today. If I'm just focused on trading my personal account, that is one account, my friend. There was some confusion. One session where I traded, where I was talking about, you know, taking some trades, and somebody was like, oh, I finally got it. I finally figured it out. I finally figured out how Rips is just this huge scammer and scamming everybody. And they posted, they're like, look, he took a trade and it doesn't show in his personal account. Right, because I said I was trading my Tradeify account. And I hit max loss on those Tradeify accounts. They think that they were like, oh, I finally got him. Finally got him. I knew it. This guy can't be this good. You moved to Puerto Rico. I lived there for 7 years, my friend. I already did that. Been there, done that, brother. I was one of the first people to do it before it was cool. Moved there back in like 2015 or so. 2014. Been there, done that, brother. I lived in Dorado at the Ritz. Built my own house. Beautiful. Just full ported my channel points. Good luck to you, Rock and TJ. What's the difference between NQ? NQ is on the CME, and it's the same price for everybody. On your broker, you might have weird spreads if you're trading on Forex. We are coming back down here. Looks like everybody who waited for the belows now is going to get free money. If you want to gamble your channel points, the belows are probably going to win this, I'd say. Given that we just flushed 50 points, now 60 points in a jiffy. Wait, Ribs, how do you get bid and ask to show on your book map? You got to just set it up, man. You got to set it up. No news, by the way, is causing this. This is just pure price action. We tapped the daily open again, which is where my original short was. And we sent it lower. What's interesting, and I still can't figure this out, when you have this add-on bookmap feed, this add-on, it removes those big orders we're talking about. See them on normal bookmap feed, normal DX feed, just don't see them on the light. Yeah, because it filters them out, I think. I don't know. I don't mess with any of that shit. I did it before it was cool. 2015, Rips, you're so young compared to me. It was cool in the late 90s. I'm just talking about Act 20. I don't think Act 20 was around until, I think Act 20 started in 2013. I'm not talking about Puerto Rico as an island. I'm talking about when Act 20 came around. Let's see. It's not even Act 20 anymore. It's like Act 60. Act 20 PR. Let's see. When did Act 20 in Puerto Rico start? 2012. So. Bing bong. It's Act 69 now. I know, I think it's Act 60. I think it's Act 60. Yeah, Act 60 is what it is now. It was Act 20 and 22 when I was participating with it. I think today's open could be interesting with the pre-market movement. These market makers are just kind of just trouncing everybody. Is CPI will be released tomorrow? Yes, CPI will be released tomorrow. How do you handle exits? Do you hold for the target or wait for the tape to dictate? Most of the time waiting for the tape to dictate. I have loosely based targets that I'm looking at. But most of the time, if the tape is telling me get the fuck out, I'll get the fuck out. Order 66, there you go. Rips, my win is 68.7%, profit factor is 1.85. How should I improve myself? I would say maybe increase your size. Seems pretty damn good. Or, I mean, what is costing you your profit factor? No major news today. There is in the form of a 5-year tips auction, and that comes at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's what I'd be on the hunt for. Thank you for the 4 months there, Billy Joe. Appreciate you very much. Rips, what convinced you to stay in the short yesterday after it ripped up? Because I wasn't trading much size and I was waiting. I could have exited and then just waited, but I didn't think we were going to get that big of a pop, and I was just waiting for it to chill. And like if I don't want to be the person that exits and gets back in and exits and gets back in. So I was waiting for it to top out and then targeting that. But could have done a lot better, you know. Always can improve. Shadowbound says no. You're wrong on that, Shadowbound. The CPI report is coming out tomorrow. This has been planned for the last 2 weeks. So to just dive into that topic more, Trader Cash, I can cover my position and then maybe the tape turns right away and then I can attack it. Or I can just, understand that I don't have a lot of size on, and it's not going to cost me that much to take that heat, and I can size into it when it starts to have an apex of that price movement, which I was very confident in, but boy, was it a lot of heat. Do you ever hold trades overnight? I used to. When I trade, if I'm doing like weeklies or if I'm trading equities, there's the ones that I hold for the long term in my long-term portfolio are leaps. So wonder why the CPI report is coming out tomorrow when no other reports can come out, because they've been planning this for a very long time and they wanted to get this data out. I think it is for September, maybe. Let me just double check. September. It's September CPI. And this has been planned for multiple weeks. 100% of the time it's coming out tomorrow. I felt very stressed just watching it. I don't think you should be stressed for me. I was just, waiting for the apex, of the trade. And I can pull the ripcord and I would have saved myself a couple bucks, or, you just gotta be patient and wait. It's just a number on the screen. Or she offer private coaching. No, and I did one-on-ones for people in Clubhouse, and people just completely disrespected my time, and people were just I had a bad experience doing it. Did not enjoy it. So I stopped doing it. It was never doing that again. People were really shitty people. China oil news. Not seeing anything. Did you ever cover your original short entry or just held till the apex? I held till the apex. And then I added. It was a very small position. I add to winners. I don't try to add to losers unless it's like I'm getting... Like I look at it kind of like two different trades. If I open up a trade, like I did yesterday, I open up a trade here and it starts to go up, and I'm sure it starts to go up. I'm looking for the apex of that trade. There's two things I can do. I just cut it if I think that it's going to blast off. The tape wasn't telling me blast off. It was very kind of controlled. So, I can cut it and spare myself the rip up, but I didn't have a lot of size going into that rip. So it was just like, whatever. And it just kept going and going. And I was like, yeah, it sucks. And we got to the apex and hammered it on the apex, and back down we go. I'm not going to dollar cost average or whatever you want to call it. I just have the way that I trade that has worked for me. No, not at 2 p.m. No, this was... I don't remember. It was like at like 11 or 12. Whatever. Talked about that trade ad infinitum. It's an F score trade. Don't want to do it again. That's it. What's up, Caspar? How are you, buddy? Used to do a lot of options trading, not as much anymore. It's difficult. It's not easy. A lot of people don't understand how they move, why they move, how much they can hurt. Options are one of the only products where you can be going into the end of the session up $200,000 and wake up the next day and there's zero. And options don't open until 9:30. There are some other products that you can trade pre-market, whatever. But the CBOT, the CBOT, or sorry, CBOE, the CBO, it doesn't open until for equities until 9:30. So a lot can happen betwixt 4 p.m. and 9:30 the next day. Holding options kept me up nights too many times, yeah. They're thinking of extending options trading hours. Maybe, yeah. I mean, they do it for some products like SPY, triple Qs. They do it for some products where you can trade beyond 4 p.m. and beyond or prior to 9:30. You still got screwed on that pop or you would have made so much. It's just the way she goes sometimes. It was just stupid that I didn't add. I mean, again, I don't want to talk about it. It's just, you know. Nice rips. I see where I was wrong. No, dude, I'm just fucking around, man. Who cares? Just fucking around, dude. When the premium is super high, pick a great stock you want to own and sell those puts. I mean, you can get burned on that though too. If you're selling puts naked, you can get completely smoked. My best, or one of my best options traders was when I had puts as insurance on the ARC. I had a basket of ARCs and I literally bought the top, but I had puts as insurance and then I sold all of my equity position and I added to the puts and I enjoyed quite a bit of profit on that trade. I went from maybe down small six figures to way up. Wait, what is it? 945 is the next prediction. 25,000. Was an options market maker for SP 500 options in Chicago. There's a million moving parts to managing an entire position for sure. How familiar are you with the boys over at Wolverine? Because those were my bread and butter. I'd probably cost them a shit ton of money. SEC looking to expand trading hours to 24/5 in 2026. Be great. I love anything that increases participation in the market because we're going to have more retards in here. I love it. There's gold in them hills. Yeah, the gold is pumping right now. It's going wild. It would have been nice to get in right here. Be up 40 handles, 43 handles. The difference between this stream and the Clubhouse that people join, absolutely nothing. Zero. The only difference is that you're paying me nothing right here. It's free. So why not stick in the free stream, you know? You're in at 41.34 with 1 micro. Nice. Good. Nice entry, brother. Want to see silverback over 501 like the jeans, like Levi? Okay, guys, I was just making sure no one in here is an option guy. There's a trade setup that we are valuing at a very high rate, so I was going to share, but you need to be willing to hold. Please share. Let's hear it. You're just trailing it. That's the way to do it, man. Beautiful. If you took 100 contracts down here and you took it all the way up to here, you'd be up over $400,000 right now. That is the lure of gold. It's insane. One day, Ripsy's going to be dumb enough to do that. I'm curious where you put your stop now. I'd probably have mine at like 48 or 50. What are you watching at the open? We can do a poll for that. You can either watch gold or NASDAQ. Let's do it. NQ or G... Wait, NQ or GC today for the open. I'll do whatever you folks pick. By the way, if we want to stay live on YouTube, all we need is 250 likes to stay live on YouTube. Otherwise, we're going to go boogie on over to Kick like we always do. I put in my vote, by the way. This guy is, do we think that this dude is mad? I'm not sure, but I would think that they're angry. Do you think they look, I think they seem a little bit upset. What do you think? Based on my analysis, I feel like they're a little bit upset. Do you think they're upset? I feel like they're a little upset. God bless these ICT people. They're very special. God bless them. We are still pumping here on gold. And I have to take a leak. Something fierce. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We'll leave gold on the screen, okay? Actually, wait. I gotta wait for this poll. So I'm not gonna miss it. I'm not sure why they were talking about me. He joined X to just trolling. I mean, great, fantastic. I just think it's funny. Anthony says I waste a lot of time with ICT. Damn. Sorry, buddy. JPM says 8,000 an ounce by 2028 for gold. I just think they're knocking out anybody who is net short. Like they've been doing this crazy grind. They're just knocking out people that were short. I mean, they can take that all the way to 75 and keep going. Looks like we have the big T-shaped recovery coming in. The Tesla T right now. All right, let's see what y'all voted here. We are going to watch off the open. We're gonna watch NQ. Okay. Well, since y'all want to watch NQ right now, let's go ahead and put that up, and I will be right back with you. I gotta take a leak. Be right back. We are back. We got about 4 minutes out to the open. Let's see if we got enough likes here on YouTube. Let's just see. I doubt we did. 101. All right, so I gotta go to the store really quick. I'm gonna get some milk, some cigarettes, and I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere here on YouTube.